Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Meta Monday, brought to you by Epic Flail. Today on the show, we are talking about VR, the wonderful, magical world of VR, and how that's going to impact on Warhammer 40,000. If you're joining us for the first time, check out the description below. There will be timestamps so you can get to any part of the video. If you're joining us live, then let yourselves be heard and be known in the chat. We're going to be talking to you about our subject, as we do every week on the Meta Monday show. I'm delighted to be joined again by my good friend Liam.
I'm a little bit disappointed because I got quite a lot of messages last week saying, "What's happened to you? You're nowhere near as good as you normally are." And I had to
Really?
And I had to gently remind people that I wasn't here last week and it was someone else, some imposter trying to fill my seat. By
I'm
even
sure
trying to
you.
do my little micro movements and stuff that as I'm just about to say something controversial.
It was a fun show. I thought you did all right last week. Guy,
I'm just
welcome,
gonna
mate.
I'm gonna like sit over here and then try and speak into the microphone and stuff.
That would be that's your back at a minute. It's like talking over it.
Just talking over here. I'm like out of shot again.
That's definitely how you're getting back. If you're a member of the show, thanks so much for supporting the channel. We're not doing After Dark tonight. We're doing the After Darks every other week, but I did do a members only show which went out about an hour or so ago. So if you're a member of the channel, go check that out. If you want to be a member of the channel, please come and support what we're doing. Get yourselves on the Discord. The Discord link now works. You can join it through the description. Come get involved in the chat we've got on the Discord. And yeah, get involved.
Nice.
Get involved. Welcome to the boys that are joining. Dom, good to see Thomas the Tank Engine in the chat. Good to see you, my friend. And Rob, posted your models today, mate.
Why? That sounds like it's really dodgy. That sounds.
Got your models.
But you actually have just posted him models. It's not like you've done anything weird or anything.
No, I just feel like when we're talking about printed models, we have to sort of,
Yeah, but we're not sponsored by GW yet, so.
I know. I think what happened is a few episodes ago, I like convinced myself that you're not allowed to print. Like, it's bad to admit that someone's printing models, but it's actually fine. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think
you
it's
can't
a
get in
problem,
trouble, can you?
I don't know.
Not unless you're copying the sculpts.
Well, yeah, I think I saw someone on Facebook the other day was literally advertising GW sculpts on like a Facebook group, and the comment section was like, "Mate, you are literally going to get banned. What are you doing?"
Yeah, that's like
this is not a good idea. He's like, "Nah, it's fine. They're called a different name. It's like the Tau Fire Warrior is called like Tau Fire Fighter or something like that." Like, it was so close to the original. It was ridiculous.
They're. I mean, I've seen some of those sculpts, man. They're getting pretty good. They're like fake GW stuff.
It's getting
pretty good.
I still am yet to see a print, and people can tell me if they have, that is as crisp as a GW model. Is just as crisp.
No, I agree. It's not quite. I'm just turning your thing down because we had it on from Tom the other day, who speaks about 2 foot from the microphone.
Back here.
Yeah. So I had it like I had his thing absolutely cranked, but
so everyone's just been absolutely smashed by my.
They're like, Jesus Christ, he's so
dulcet
loud.
tones.
It's so loud. How's the chat doing?
It's the right chat as well.
I've got it on the right chat for once, Liam. It does often take me a while. Telegram have exact. Don't be advertising the fake models.
Oh, Thomas is back.
I'm worried. I'm worried.
How has your week in Warhammer been, my friend?
Mate, well,
how's it been?
I haven't done any Warhammer since Bournemouth. So I haven't done any Warhammer. I got back.
A whole week of no Warhammer?
A whole week of no Warhammer. I haven't played. And I'm not going to do any this week till the doubles tournament at the weekend either. So I'm going to have like 2 weeks off of Warhammer after making a really good custody start.
Oh, mate.
I did. I went to Bournemouth. I flew way too close to the sun.
You got yourself. But well, you were smashing it. You're doing amazing. You just got a little burn, didn't you?
I just got my tootsies burned.
You got a little crisp. You got a little outer crisping.
Yeah, I flew too close to the sun. I ended up on table 6 against a member of Team England, who turns out is a really good player. Surprising that, who was running a list specifically designed for killing infantry. My whole Custodian's army is infantry on a map where we placed the objectives, which he then placed all in the open. Won the roll-off and swapped sides of the board with me and watched me just emotionally give up at that moment.
Just be honest with me, right? Just be very honest. Yeah. When he was placing the objectives in the open, you obviously assume that, like, that's good. You know what I mean? Were you like, okay, this guy, this guy he doesn't really know what he's doing.
No, I knew exactly what he was doing because on the drive
you knew he
down,
was going to flip you.
on the drive down as well. We were chatting in the car on the drive down, and the boys were like, "Oh, mate, you don't want to play this fella." I was like, "Why not?" He's like, "His list is specifically designed." He was like, "He's got 5 Gladiator Reapers, all with anti-infantry guns. He's got 3 Predators. He's got a load of Repulsors."
Oh, he was decked out.
Yeah, they were like, "You don't want to face him." And then round 3 came up.
And you're like, "Oh, here he is."
I was like, "Who have I got, Adam?" And Adam was like, "Oh, mate, you've got him." I was like, "Really?" He went, yeah, mate. I was like, "What do I do?" He went, "I don't think there's a lot you can do." And I spoke to him afterwards. I was like, "Wait, what could I have actually done?" He was like, "To be honest, mate, that's just a terrible matchup for you."
Oh, really?
He said, "You could have been the best player in the world." He said, "You would have struggled because it's just..."
So you didn't feel too bad about the table flipping? As in, like, he's switching sides?
Oh, mate.
It was just...
No, but and this is what we've said, isn't it? This is the difference between going to your local club and playing someone on a Tuesday night to entering a competitive tournament against someone that he wanted to win the tournament.
Yeah, fair.
There was a golden ticket available from that tournament. He wanted to win it. So
it was Willy Wonka.
Yeah, he's obviously going to try and win it. And it was the same. Like I left one of my spears just hanging out from behind a bit of terrain. And he was like, "I can see that, so I'm shooting that." And it's all that. And I was just like, "Yeah, cool."
So that's where you just snap it off. Oh, sorry.
Just pick the model up and throw it across the room.
Yeah. Tink. Oh, look. That's,
sorry.
That appears to have snapped off. I'm sorry.
Appears to have broken, mate.
I don't know what to say, but other than you haven't got line of sight anymore.
But it was like, this is one of the weirdest things, right? So this is one of the bits, and I was like, do you know when you look at something and you're like, "Oh, I guess that is right, but I'm not happy about it." So with a repulsor, right, you put 2 units of eliminators in it. You drive it up. They get out. They shoot. Then because they can move after they shoot, so they get back in. Then they fire again because it's because it counts as the vehicle then firing with the firing deck, not them.
Is that what it was?
That's what he's doing. And I was like, "Oh." I said, and he was like, "No, that's how the rules work." I was like, "Yeah, I know, but I'm still feel like I might have been abused." Like I still feel...
That's one of them things where that's not that is the rules, but it's not meant to be the rules.
Yeah, it's the rules, but
it's the rules, but it's not meant to. Yeah,
yeah.
It shouldn't be the rules.
The interpretation of the rules is right but wrong.
I'm surprised they haven't errated that.
I think they tried to do something with it, but it's just like those odd specific units where it happens, and because they tried to do it, they did it with the Gene Stealer cults, didn't they? With the one-shot weapons out of the vehicles. So what they're saying with Gene Stealers is you can throw the bomb or something. You don't then get it again because it didn't count as the vehicle firing it. It actually counted as your model. So there's this whole weird crossover with it as well.
Bit cheeky. Brandon's got a question in the chat there for you.
No, it's real, actually.
Is that cat from a Turkish?
No, it's actually a real one.
It's a nice little piece, that, Brandon. What are you on about, eh? What's your problem, Brandon? Welcome, my friend. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate it.
It's one of the only brands that actually fit me, unfortunately. So if anyone wants to sponsor me, Carhartt is the way forward,
that's the one. Carhartt's the one.
The outlet up at Ashford is the way forward, by the way, boys, on the old Carhartt.
So, you've still not said it. So, thankfully, I did make a thing for
So
this.
how was your week in Warhammer? Same as.
Oh, that's
I've
weird.
only played one game. It's not going to work for me. Yeah.
I can't remember it. There's a soundboard on there if you're going, how's my week in Warhammer?
So how was your week in Warhammer?
Painting. Doing a bunch of painting. I had a game of the World of Old.
How are you finding Old World at the moment?
Still enjoying it a lot. Good. Strategic. Ticking my boxes. Love the rank and file. Like the kind of like brutality of you win based on how much you kill.
Yep.
Rather than multiple moving parts. Like it's just nice to be like, okay, kill a lot. And I've enjoyed the kind of like building lists that have some resilience as well as punch. Because in 40k it's really killy, isn't it? It's kind of like,
well, the thing is,
you got to kill, and you got to be able to stand on objectives.
Well, you end up including stuff in your list in 40k that maybe you think I don't necessarily want that in my list because that's not how I envisage myself playing that army. But I've got to put a Calidus assassin in, or I've got to put this in because at some point I'm going to get behind enemy lines or deploy teleport homers or investigate signals. So I'm going to have to do those little techie bits. Whereas I guess in Old World, you don't have to do any of that, do you? You're like, I'm going to bring 8 cannons. And if 8 cannons work for me, 8 cannons work for me. If they kill more than they do, if they don't, they don't.
Yeah, it'd be a bold move, 8 cannons, but you could, there's more, I think there's more flexibility in what you take based on the playstyle and experience that you want to have. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. It's good. I mean, I'm looking forward to getting everything painted up and getting some streams in.
Yeah.
Getting some games on cam for people to see.
Mate, the setup in
which
here
would be mint.
is
Yeah, it's looking good, isn't it? You nearly dropped an F-bomb then.
I did. And then I burped at the same time.
Well, that's just the benefit of having a bit of gas, isn't it? You know, it just...
I always get gassy when I come to your house. I don't know why.
Because I just feed you up on Coke Zeros.
Yeah, mate, I just load me up on non-caffeinated cola.
I just get you going, I get you fired up. Welcome to the chat, Adam. Good to see you, my friend. So the streams, announcements. The streams are back on Thursday. Who have I got?
So you got your first league game on Thursday. We've got Callum playing his Chaos Knights. So one of the boys from ABR. So just shout out to all the boys. We had 11 Emperor's Nutsacks in the end playing at
they're growing, they're recruiting, they're expanding.
4th ranked team in ITC at the moment in the country, ahead of Mind Goblins. Only because we bought so many.
Strength in numbers.
Shout out to all the ABR boys who were there as well. So Callum, who's coming on the show on Thursday with his absolutely stunningly painted Chaos Knights, and all the boys that came from them as well. So there was about 15, 20 of us down from just from the Brighton area. It was really, really good showing from all the boys down in Brighton, mate. Everyone did really well. So yeah, mate.
We got one of them. We got one of them on the stream.
Got Callum coming on the stream against Luke, who's playing his GSC.
In the chat,
we
Vincent.
have reminded them that they both get an hour and 15 minutes. For Callum, I don't think that's an issue. For Luke, we might get to turn 2.
Luke, do you have anything to say about that? we got Luke in the chat. You can get some live feedback from Luke.
And then what I've also Callum is and then what I've also done is I am going to draw the first mission for all the rounds of the games now quickly as well.
Yeah, we're going to do them all. Just to explain your thing. We're going to do the same missions.
Yeah. So for the first 4 games, we're just going to do. So for the first round, we're all just going to play the same mission, the same deployment, the same rule. Then no one's got an advantage. It's drawn randomly. Because I feel that, like, if we end up doing one, you know, and it could affect someone's army. So I've taken a few of them out based on what people are playing and stuff like that. So for deployment, I've taken out Hammer and Anvil only for the point that it just messes up the way we set the room up.
Yeah, we set the stream up real nice, and that one would instantly just be like, oh, what? We've got to move everything around.
So then these are the other 4 deployments. So you're going to pick one.
Shall I just fire it in now?
Yeah, so you just pick
this is for the stream on Thursday. Please, Dawn of War, classic.
So exactly how...
Are these mine? I'm not damaging your cards.
No, these are your cards.
Just doing a little bit of trickery there. I'm like David, what's he called?
No, you're Gambit from the X-Men.
Oh, yeah.
Can you make him explode?
Knowing me, I'd probably like hit the camera and knock it over.
And then, somehow take the camera.
Yeah, starts raining. Yeah, it'd be like Indiana Jones, like stuff swinging past our head. Dawn of War.
So Dawn of War, and then I've taken out for the primary mission, I've taken out Deploy Servo Skulls, because let's be fair.
No one refused to play it.
No
one wants to play that.
Vital Ground I've taken out, and the Ritual, because the Ritual's an absolute pain in the backside as well.
Yeah,
so I've taken those out. So the rest of them,
give them a shuffle
up, and then you can pick one.
I want to see what Luke's got to say about us saying no response yet from Luke.
Go on him. Pick one.
Get Tom Green. Sights of Power.
Sights of Power?
Yeah. You like that? Like Debbie McGee.
Mate, imagine if you were...
How's Debbie McGee looking these days? Dead or alive? Debbie McGee, dead or alive?
We've done her already. She's alive, isn't she? Paul Daniels is dead. She's alive, I think.
Really?
Yeah, because do you not remember when we did Paul Daniels on the player types?
And Debbie's still going?
I think Debbie's still going, mate. And I think she's still pretty hot. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you just said the words, I think Debbie McGee is still pretty hot.
Yeah, I think she is. And then for the mission rule, I've taken out delayed reserves.
I'm Googling the old girl.
I think that
she doesn't like that anymore. Where is she now?
Mate, she's still hot. I don't know what you're talking about. Mate.
She looks like... Anyway, right, go on.
So these are the ones I've taken out. So I've taken out delayed reserves because I think that just absolutely destroy Luke's army. Chosen Battlefield.
Luke says these rumours of slow play are unsubstantiated.
Mate, go back and watch your streams previously, Luke.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Shoot from the hip.
Maelstrom of Battle. So they're the ones I've taken out. And then these are the ones
on old Debbie. Well, Liam's made his feelings quite clear.
No, I just said she's still a good-looking girl.
She is absolutely horrendous.
What do you mean she's horrendous?
Debbie McGee
mate,
now.
There. Mate, what's wrong with her, mate?
What's wrong with her? Right.
Mate, she's 64. Give the girl a chance. God, you're so ageist.
Give the girl a chance.
Mate, she's not bad looking. I don't know what your issue is with Debbie McGee. Why are you so against her?
She looks like she's seen a ghost.
What did Paul Daniels do to you?
Paul Daniels let me down. I don't think he was the magician we needed when we were kids. I never trusted him.
But at least he didn't end up on the same list as some of the others.
Tom Green said I'd blow the cobwebs off Debbie. He's also said something about my cards, which I'm not going to read out. Sunshine. Adam comes in with a question. He's a member, so we've always got to read him out. What did you guys think of the tactical article in White Dwarf written by the amazing Stephen Box? Did you learn a lot about the shooting phase? Liam?
I didn't read it because I don't play armies that activate in the shooting phase.
That's a good way to dodge that.
Is that a good way for me to dodge that one?
Yeah,
right,
thanks for the question, Adam. Right, come on, let's get this happening. Targets of opportunity.
Cool. So, I don't know what that one even does. So,
we'll find out on Thursday. Tune in.
Dawn of War, Sights of Power, Targets of Opportunity. They're the ones we'll all be playing on the stream for the next 4 games.
Wicked. We do have a feature. I've been. Some people have been doing some artwork for the show, which we.
This is when I know I've reached full Z-list celebrity status. That someone's actually done some meme with my head on it.
I just want to share these before we get into today's main subject. This one has been submitted by Luke, who we were just chatting about. This apparently is made through AI.
Wait, but who's who?
So
you come out as a busty ginger woman.
Apparently this is Mid-Journey with pictures of us, asking us to like make a cartoon picture. So I've become a busty redhead. At least it's got the fact we're wearing headphones.
I just look like me.
You look like
just me. It's just a very angry version of me.
I think I look pretty good.
I know, mate. I definitely like.
You're all right. Easy.
Debbie McGee, you there?
Don't freak me out.
Definitely Debbie McGee. You're there.
I'd do a Paul Daniels and disappear. Right, here we go. I'm joking.
But why have they made you into Brie Larson?
I look even better from the side.
I just don't understand why they made you into Brie Larson.
Your face ends quite suddenly. A very unusual nose. Is that your nose?
But that is literally my life.
Look side on. Look. No, more side on. Oh, it does end quite suddenly, doesn't it?
Do you know what my mate called me last night?
Is this in the background?
I don't know, but do you know what my mate called me last night? We were discussing something. I said he had a weak neck, and he went, at least I'm not all head and shoulders. He said, you haven't even got a neck. You're just head and shoulders, aren't you?
Oh, bless him. Well, we know he's not talking about the shampoo.
No.
Sorry, I feel like giving you our time. Who's that in the background? That's Bareback.
Oh, mate, that was Bareback that called me head and shoulders as well.
So that was nice.
With that lad as well.
I also, where's my contribution to proceedings? So I did actually try and get Photoshop AI.
What is that?
Yeah, I asked it
That looks like a terrible trip.
Yeah, I asked it to do a picture of me and you, but turn you like into Bill Cosby, and that's what came up.
Mate.
So I think AI's. This was the other one.
What? Who are these people?
That's me. There's something about AI turning me into like a redhead.
Do you think it's your hair?
I don't know what. I don't.
Can
maybe.
you show them the one of you with the perm?
Yeah, I get more. This is the other one.
Why is the cat on acid? Why has the cat dropped acid and no one else has? Mate, what is going on there?
What is that?
Who are these people?
I don't know. This is what AI is doing for us. Do I want to save those? No, I don't think I do. But there's been quite good contributions on the Discord as well, Liam, because you never go on there, so I may as well show you.
You might as well show me what's going on.
People are watching, not on the Discord. Please get yourself on the Discord. We've got loads of cool stuff going on the Discord. So
mate, there's so many of
There's a lot to take in here. I can't go that high up, but we can. This one. Thanks for this. This was mcdx.com.
It's the two little bits you've got.
Thanks for that. This is the ongoing trolling of me having a perm.
It's fabulous.
This one. Yeah, and then we've got Melton John to come up.
How has that existed?
I don't know. There's a lot to take in. And then there's some excellent attempts here by mcdx.com to get the Land Raider, including some very, very, I can only imagine, are made-up stories. If they're not made up, then you deserve a Land Raider, but I've been convinced to not give the Land Raider away quite yet. But we are going to do a prize.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? You looked at me then as if like you probably shouldn't give it away.
Well, no, you can give it away. What is it you were going to give away? The kill team?
Yeah.
The extraction squad?
Yeah.
Mate, do it.
We're going to give away an
It's your stuff. I'm not giving
squad. Well, it's just another thing that's sat around that George just like needs to cut the stuff down on.
Well,
so
it can either be we give away the extraction squad or we give away a night with me.
We'll give away the extraction squad.
That was a bit.
No, we could give away a night with you. Well, it's up to the people.
But you know,
what would a night with you look like?
Mate,
don't be going all Debbie McGee on the chat.
Dinner and dancing, mate.
What if one of the Canadian boys wins it? What if Johnny wins it?
We'll go for poutine together then. He can come over to Maple Leaf in London, Covent Garden. We'll have some poutine together.
Fly you out.
Yeah. I've got a passport. I can get there.
All right. Well, the winner can choose either a night out with Liam or an X-Action squad.
Yeah. March the 1st would be the night out. Me and Bareback are out. Come with us. So experience it.
You can take your pick.
Look at Paul's face. He looks so worried. Just like you.
That's your voice. That's not. I'm
mate,
worried.
all you're doing is just playing my voice notes that I sent you last week back to me while I'm sat
sorry.
here.
It's an unusual. It's a little unusual thing to experience. The best.
Oh, sorry. I should have put that on silent, shouldn't I?
It's all right. Is it anyone important?
No.
Both looked there. We were like. Debbie McGee's just.
Debbie McGee's just texted.
Debbie.
Sorry, Debbie. Yeah, Debbie. I'll call you back in a minute. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, Paul. I know Paul's an arse. I'm sorry.
Debbie.
I know. We had that really nice night, the three of us together. But you know.
I'm worried.
Sorry. Bye, Debbie. Yeah, Debbie's dumped me.
Is it over with you and Debbie?
Me and Debs are done.
I think it was looking really promising.
I think she did mention Mr. Green though.
Who'd have thought that Debbie McGee had been tuned in and had your number at that exact moment?
At that exact moment.
It just shows how much we're growing. The best fan art, the best submitted fan art to the Discord will win the X-Action Squad in a week. So fan art about the show in the Discord, you win. Right, my friend, should we talk about the big subject? I tell you what, how hot has Georgia got it in here as well? Should I go turn the heating? Should I send a message down to the control room?
Mate, you're not well anyway, so you're feeling it. I've got a Carhartt jumper on, which is pretty thick, to be honest with you.
Literally the hottest I think it's ever been in this house.
Do you not have a Hive on or something?
What's a Hive?
You know the one where you can control it from your phone?
Please turn heating off. Heating off.
Do you know what the best bit is? She's probably sat down there in a heated blanket.
She sits. Yeah, she does. She sits there, doesn't she, with the thing on?
About 8 pillows round her, and a heated blanket.
Me and Liam come down like that. Oh my god, like we've been doing a spa. She's just like cooking.
Smash.
I want to show you something first to sort of frame the discussion for today. Okay.
This genuinely scared me because I saw this on the other day, Instagram. One of those things that I don't understand. And this is genuinely people doing this stuff.
I'll get it to the beginning and then I'll show it with the chat. So I think this is a relevant conversation, mainly because like the Apple Vision stuff obviously came out super recently.
How much is one of these as well?
3,500, no, 3,700, something like that.
Can you just go and buy one from the Apple shop now though?
I think so, yeah. I mean, they're a lot. They're really, really, really expensive.
How quickly is someone nicking that off your head and running off as well?
Well, that was an observation I had from seeing some of these idiots in this video.
Mate, the one that stops in the middle of the road. What the fudge?
Like, look at this. Oh, I don't care if people can see the rest of my screen. It's fine. Look at this. So this is what we're dealing with. What we're going to talk about on today's Meta Monday is how is this going to impact on 40k?
To be fair, he has got out a Cybertruck though, so...
Look at him.
Why are they all driving Teslas?
That ain't in London. That'll be off your head in about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah. What? I'm not making it.
It'd have been so good if he'd have cheated with that pal.
Literally
It'd have been so good if he just like absolutely wiped
Mate,
him out.
why is that guy in the gym on it?
Is that Lou? Who's that? Who's Capaldi? You're meant to be working, mate. What are you doing?
I can maybe that's like he's getting the menu or something through.
Maybe.
This guy in the Cybertruck, mate, needs to chill out, doesn't he?
Oh man, look at that.
It's just the fact they like start swiping their emails away. You're like, mate, like we get it. You got a headset. Chill out.
It's coming. The tech's coming at us fast, mate. The tech is coming at us fast. And
you know me, I can barely work a mobile phone. That's the problem.
You do struggle with your chats, don't you?
I just struggle with life in general, I think. I think that's more of an issue. Just generally getting out of bed and getting dressed is
It's
pretty
more of a
sitting the right way around on the toilet's quite hard.
it's more of a general life struggle than anything else.
Than these stupid things that just beep at me constantly.
I think it's going to impact on. I think it's going to impact on every area of our life, right? I think there are some people that will embrace this chat, and change can be scary. People don't like change. And sometimes our fear of change can lock us away from accepting with reality.
Yeah.
And it's super clear that there are a couple of things that are going to have huge implications on the world that we live in and what we care about. I think AI and, I was just messing around showing you stupid pictures there, but like AI is going to be one thing that changes the way in which we interact with everything, possibly Warhammer, although it's not the subject of today's chat. The other one surely is virtual reality and AI. Because even though the Apple Vision Pro that we saw, those absolute characters then, guard players, as Tom, one of them definitely plays guard, they, like, it's super new, it's really expensive, but it's only going to go one direction, and that is it's going to get lighter and easier to wear.
I was going to start singing One Direction then, and I couldn't remember a song, and then I knew I'd get banned as well.
Yeah.
Content warning.
With your angelic voice, we get a content warning. It's only going to get cheaper, okay? It's only ever going to get lighter. And look, I disagree. Terranod's saying it will never take off. My mum yelled at me for sitting too close to my TV, and I was also Queen literally an inch from your eyes.
I think the thing is though, but
it's going to be everywhere. It's literally going to be everywhere.
That Oculus, is it the Oculus one's been out for ages, hasn't it? Is that?
Yeah.
Is
Well,
that
Meta's doing another one. Meta's got like a rival one.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's Oculus.
Oculus is the gaming one, isn't it? That you always see people like punching their TV or punching some kid in the head.
Yeah, but that's like full on VR. What I'm talking about is augmented reality, or I guess like kind of is virtual reality in a way, but you can basically wear them and see everything. So like you put them on and you see everything as normal, but you can integrate screens and augmented reality with what you're seeing. So not like that's it, whatever I'm seeing, I'm in a computer world.
Yeah.
You put them on and like you've got your whole vision, but I might get like a little net, it's Liam. It'll recognise your face and say, Liam, remind me of your name, or like maybe some notes that I put on there.
Avoid.
About you. Yeah, like
just
warning.
flashes up with a warning.
Yeah. Mates with bareback, and it'll just be like going, meh.
But do you know what the worst bit is
okay.
today? One of the boys at work realised that I have two barebacks in my phone. They're like, what type of human has two people they know that have both got the nickname Bareback?
Anyone with that name is just not good news for anyone. Sorry, we're not going to talk about him before because we have discussed him on previous streams.
He's a lad.
But it is clearly, it's going to be everywhere.
It is.
And I think it's naive to believe that augmented reality will not interact with Warhammer 40,000.
I think that you've got to look at whatever technology comes out, this hobby does seem to embrace. So, like, I know 3D printers work.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
3D printers was something that, when it first came out, everyone was like, oh, God, the moulds aren't that good. The sculpt, it takes too long. Now look at it. Like, you've got people printing whole armies in, like, 2 or 3 days. And, yes, like I said earlier, I don't think any of the sculpts I've seen personally are as good as a GW plastic. But at the same time, they're getting better. They've only been... How long have people really been printing actual proper miniatures for?
Yeah, no, it's not
couple of years.
Yeah, it's not. It's a relatively new tech, and you're right. It's already impacting on the game and the hobby.
Well, look at GW's miniatures for the first however many years they were in business. Some of them are
some are super ropey. Yeah, some are not good.
But mate, even the Forge World stuff now is still bad, like really bad.
Yeah, true. But I guess I mean to get us on the point. The printing is a good example of how tech integrates quickly with the hobby. And you think about when we played when we were kids, there was no internet, there was no like modern smartphone. No. And think about how modern smartphones have changed the game.
Yeah.
Like instantly connect with a community to share images of how the game's going on, instantly check rules, instantly check like with a friend, a particular rule of interaction, quickly find out what your opponent's models does, quickly check like the scenario. Like it makes playing Warhammer 40,000 so much easier. Oh, let me just go check that. Let me just go find that.
Well, I can just imagine you're sat there with the goggles on, right? And say you've pulled these 3 cards. So these are your mission cards. You got your mission cards there, haven't you? You've probably got your army
exactly.
rules
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Yeah,
You've probably got something else, so when you look up, you can see something else. The problem I think you're going to have with it is I think, like, if you get to certain tournaments, I think if someone starts turning up with those things on, people are going to be like, nah, I'm not.
What's he see? Yeah, what are they?
What is he
what
actually doing? Has he got people messaging him? So say you're playing on stream, right?
Yeah.
Say you were as good as me at Warhammer. You've gone, you're big time.
One of the top table boys.
One of the top table people. And you're sat there with one of them on, and your game's being streamed, waiting for someone to mention something in the comments. Set myself up for that one. And someone's watching you on stream, and they're just messaging you. Well, it's coming through your headset, isn't it? So you're probably getting messages going, mate, remember that sisters have got that strategy that does that. Remember that unit can do that. Remember that unit can do that. So it's not just you playing the game anymore, is it? It's not just your skill. I don't know if I'd be all right with someone wearing one of them while I was playing. I don't know why. I just feel I think weird.
Terranoid says you're not actually focusing at a distance, so everyone will take off the VR and put on Coke bottle glasses because our eyes can only focus on the headset distance. I don't understand that comment. Terranoid, can you explain that a bit more, mate? Unless I'm just being a daft lad.
I think it's something to do with where the vision is on those things, but obviously I've never worn one, so I don't know.
The tech, there's absolutely no way you can look at augmented reality and not come to the conclusion that it's going to be integrated into every aspect of our life in the same way that the internet has been and modern technology. How on earth could you not deploy and use that level of tech with the things that you care about? Like, imagine, so you're right about there's a risk that maybe in the early days you could say, okay, nobody wear them because we don't know if you're like looking at things that you shouldn't be doing or whatever.
But you were saying in War Machine you had a phone ban, didn't you? When you played on like top tables, you had a phone ban.
Yeah, because you'd worry people would be texting their friends or like
giving. I could just stand there and text all I wanted to, couldn't I?
Yeah. I guess the way I've like approached this in my head is how. Not like what is how might it ruin 40k? I think about how might it improve it and make it a better experience. Because any time in commercial products in like a democratic capitalist country, if a technology interacts with an experience and it improves it, then it generally gets integrated. Do you know what I mean? If it's kind of like that thing makes this a more enjoyable experience, it genuinely goes, oh well, it will become a part of it.
Yeah.
If you could play a game of Warhammer 40,000 and instead of having to consult the rule book or like just constantly flick through things, you could just look at a unit, and so I look at that unit there,
and it brings up
it up, and I kind of do something with my fingers, and it brings up the profile.
Yeah,
that feels like a better experience. Or I could look at a model and do something with my fingers or whatever, and it would show me the distance which it could charge. So rather than getting a tape measure out and being like, let me just measure that, let me just measure this, it just gives me that information as part of the augmented reality.
I think that's obviously one way you can go with it. Like, I think that will happen because that stuff that, as simple, and I know this is like a really, really bad example probably, but it's even people now turning up with laser pointers, isn't it?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, everyone's suddenly got these laser things for doing line of sight.
Love a good laser pointer.
But it's stuff like that, like these little bits of stuff that just come into this hobby, and it'll be one of them. I think the best option for it is you and your mate, wherever he lives, you and Telly, for instance, all of a sudden go, do you want a game? Yeah. Bang on the headset.
See, that is interesting.
Board appears in front of you.
That is interesting.
And you can stand there and you can pretend to move the models around.
Well, you could move your models, and so that is super interesting. So let's say me and you are in different locations, but we have the models painted and we've got the table. Yeah. On a board. Surely the technology could get to a point where the augmented element is the terrain. Yeah. And it knows. Would it be able to look? And I guess you would need something else. Seeing you. You would need like another camera.
Yeah, I don't know.
That can then see you to then augment it in my reality.
Yeah. Or the game just sets it up as a table in whatever. So you go,
maybe
that, and that mission, this set deployment. It sets the table up. It puts the terrain,
and it's kind of like playing the game.
And then you end up like like you used to do in RTSs, where you used to like pick your unit up and you'd put it somewhere. I think it will just be like TTS, but you'll be standing there going, right, that unit deploys there. Right, I've got 6 inches of movement, so I want them to go to that point as far as 6 inches goes. And like basically like pulling a line out to see how far they go. and then your opponent is essentially seeing like an animated version of you, not animated, but a version of you on this table moving stuff around.
Terranod says you're literally describing TTS. We are describing TTS. But that
I'm describing TTS in headsets.
Yeah. That could end up being a better, more connected way of playing the game. Neither of us are saying this is a good thing. We're just exploring the potential. Yeah, we're basically exploring, looking at the Apple thing. How's that going to integrate positively and negatively with the game?
Yeah.
There's kind of like a weird... If we think about it just in... So where you've taken that then is kind of like, let's imagine the tech developed. Let's imagine the tech takes a few leaps forward. If we just bring that back to like, what do we know augmented reality can do right now?
Yeah.
It can kind of absolutely change the immediate setting that you're in and bring up on a screen information. So like a really cool example that we keep talking about is like, if you keep having to check a unit rather than checking it in the rule, but you just have it on the wall. Yeah. And I could be like, I'll just get that unit's rules and put it on the wall. Yeah. I'll just get that bit of information that I need, the scenario maybe, I'll put up there. So you could kind of have it so that you could look around the room rather than flicking through rule books. Because that feels like that could be very soon, that level of tech.
Because you'd get to the point of, you could set it all up before the game. So you could literally set your VR headset up and go, right, this is my list. So I know for my custodies, I need a Blade Champion datasheet, I need a Shield Captain, I need a Calidus Assassin, I need Guardians, I need Wardens. Right, that's they're all there. So I know when I look up there.
Yeah, you've got all the.
I've got all of that there.
All the cards, whatever on the wall. Yeah.
And then you do your weird fingers for zooming in and zooming out and all that sort of stuff. You all right this evening? You've had a bit of like.
Why?
I don't know. You and Debbie McGee over there.
No, I was doing the fingers thing.
It looked like you were playing with your nips. If I'm honest with you, it looked like you were getting the old nips on the go.
There could be some really weird things with it, just in its current state. So, like, I saw a thing where...
I'm worried.
I saw a thing where the augmented reality had changed the face of someone.
Yeah. So
you could, like, if you were playing someone that you didn't really like looking at, you could augment them into someone else. That could be a thing.
Yeah, but
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know where this hobby would go and it would get really weird.
You could be like...
You'd end up with, like, waifus with, like, cat ears.
Oh, mate. Like... No, but you could decide what they look like. So me and you could have a game next week and you could be like, we'd be playing a game and you'd be like, all right, Paul. You know what I mean? I could be Debbie McGee for you. But, mate, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know what you've got me as. Isn't that weird? You could be playing a game with someone and like you could literally be anyone to them.
Mate, but what
that's unusual, isn't it?
I don't...
Is that making you uncomfortable as an idea?
It makes me feel a bit weird. That I could literally be playing someone and they could have me naked or something. Like
whatever they fancy augmenting you on.
Yeah, mate. Maybe people are into that. And that's a bad thing to be into.
It's a bit like... No, it's not. I was going to take us down.
I was seeing the cogs turn then and being like...
I was like, can I say this? Louis says, my girlfriend works in AI and she considered doing glasses for a dissertation project where you look at the 40K model through the glasses, it recognises it and pulls up the data sheet on iPad. That's nice. I could see that sort of tech
that's the sort of thing
being not very far away at all.
I mean, I can probably see if someone actually decided to do it, it's obviously something that's fairly feasible now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd end up having to have like QR codes or some sort of code, because when you certain armies... And then you get into proxies and all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff. So it'd almost be like you'd have to scan your model with your glasses somehow to say that that's
man, it could be so weird.
That one. So then you link it to that data sheet, if you know what I mean. It almost feels like you'd have to like pre-work it.
Yeah, man, you could end up going quite deep with that, couldn't you? Could it solve racism? Your face.
I'm an Italian asking for... Yeah, I'm an Italian based in Italy.
Listen, as an Italian based in Italy...
As a Romanian based in Romania. Could this solve racism?
As an Italian living in Italy, if someone had a particular awfully informed racist view of a group, you could force them to wear augmented reality and then change everything.
Everyone of that persuasion.
Well, I don't know.
But surely they'd go the other way. Surely they'd be wearing glasses that would make... the people they don't like the colour that they do like.
I don't know where they'd go with it.
Or what we do with those people is we just punch them in the dick.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not. Oh, you just sworn.
Mate, you've sworn 3 times and you said the F word. I said dick.
Don't keep saying it.
It's
No,
not
but
even
I
a
sort of
swear
pulled
word,
out.
is
I
it?
didn't fully say it. I sort of
I
went.
sort of pulled out.
I went.
How is your pull-out game? Strong?
That is not a chat for the non-After Dark show. Definitely not a chat for a non-After Dark show.
What else have we got? Automatic measurement being available are why players who practice on TTS instead of actual games fall short at tournaments.
Listen, let me lay out my argument for it having a positive impact, because I think it will come in, and I think it could be a force for good in an information sharing way. I think it could be a great way for you and your opponent to very quickly see what models are on the table. No, have you just seen someone come flying in?
Just seen Stu's comment.
I'll let them two chat it out in the chat. I could see it very quickly within the next year. Rule books, information, all appearing in augmented reality through lighter, improved. I could really easily. That doesn't feel like tech. That
Like a pair of these bad boys.
Oh yeah, white wearing glasses.
Bang those bad boys on, and all
How
of
the
a
hell
sudden,
did we forget to put our glasses on? I immediately feel more comfortable.
bang those on, and all of a sudden I know
That's so weird.
all the rules for Warhammer,
I can't believe we forgot to put
and
the
I can then
glasses on.
still choose to ignore.
You can tell you've been away for weeks. We normally really on it with when to.
Mate, these have made me feel really weird because obviously Tom's touched the lenses, so I've got like fingerprints all over them, mate, and all I can see is Tom's little grubby fingerprints.
Tom with his little grubbers.
There's little stumpy grubbers on my glasses.
He's got his tiny little grubber hands. He's been.
Mate, we've had to cut them off and he keeps banging on the table, doesn't he?
His drum kit, Whiplash.
Old Whippy.
Old Whiplash has been in the studio.
Cool whip.
I think it will integrate in a way that allows you to look at models on the board and get the information up, for sure. The bit, if you wanted to go like, because I've thought about this a lot, if you wanted to go a step deeper and think about like what is the long-term implications of augmented reality on the game that we love, what they're looking at developing, and I think like military groups have already got this like in the bag in terms of the tech, it's not a stupid idea, is gloves that react to what you can see in front of you. So if you had VR or augmented reality on and you saw in front of you a can and you went to pick it up, the glove would lock.
Coaster.
I know, yeah, it's not safe. The glove would lock around it.
Yeah.
So it felt like you were picking it up. Do you know what I mean? So you would feel like you would feel as though you'd picked something up. So if you were playing a game, you could have it so that there aren't actually any models on the table.
Yeah.
But you feel as though you're like moving and interacting with units.
So
Go on.
I think there's a couple of points here. One just popped into my head. How long until we find a pair of them in the toilet?
What, the gloves?
No, the glasses.
The glasses. What, like the dice?
They're like the dice. Just a pair of the VR £3.5 grand glasses sat in a toilet.
Because someone's got a pair of VR glasses and they're cheating. They're like, get it in the bin.
Get it in the bin.
Love the VR. It'd be a lot harder to flush than the dice.
Well, the dice didn't go anywhere, did they? Because they're full of lead, you plonker. Who thought that? I've gone far enough to buy cheating dice, but not far enough to.
Yeah, just lob them out the window.
Just take them with you.
Telly says those gloves are only to squeeze boobies in VR.
Oh, mate.
That's all right, innit? We've said the F word.
You said the F word. I said the D word.
How long until Valrak leaks Warhammer on VR coming in 2051?
He's got an insider. I've got an insider that works. Not military. Telly, I'm surprised it's not a PSYOP yet.
I think it is military tech that they've been developing. That's what I've heard on the rumour mill.
Oh, is this from Valrak?
This is from Valrak. I saw one of his videos.
You Valrak and Boxy in your group chat.
Yeah. I'd love to hear from the chat as to like how they genuinely think the two things are going to intersect.
I think
because there's no way that we're not. There's no way that it's not going to interact with the Hobbit or GW. All these companies are going to look at it and not think everyone is wearing VR goggles. Georgia hates it. Georgia is convinced that like it's not going to be a thing. It's awful. Like it disconnects from reality. Fine. I think that's a position we could take now. But when it's going to be like the internet. When it fully integrates in everything that we do, and we've got lighter, more flexible versions of them, more contact lenses, whatever hell else it's going to look like. It is going to change. It is going to change the nature. Maybe it will bring more people into the hobby.
So, did you ever watch? You must have watched Red Dwarf.
Yeah,
Did you ever watch the episode "It's a Wonderful Life"?
I don't know. I don't know the titles of the episode.
So this was the one where they were all in VR and they were all living their best life in VR, and it was like how they basically were just dying because they were just living in a VR. Can you just imagine someone like that at like a tournament, just literally living? But mate, but what else could they be watching on those goggles while you're playing?
This is the thing.
They could have like smart playing.
They could change your face. You'd change me to Debbie McGee, and you could have anything up. That sounded...
Oh, going to be careful with how I phrase this.
This
could have anything up as I pull out.
The YouTube algorithm is going to be having a whale of a time with this episode. It's going to be like multiple swear words, Debbie McGee, explicit, chat, getting triggered.
Oh, mate.
People, you're not going to know what people are doing. You're going to be sat opposite someone
you could
with
just
those
be watching the
glasses
Leeds game on.
Well, I do that anyway. Yeah, I mean, I do that on my phone anyway, don't I? So, like, people are going to... Nobody I know thinks wearing cameras on your face isn't super cringe, but we're of a generation where it does feel a bit weird for us.
I think we're maybe slightly older, so we're not used to it. But I suspect like there's a lot of people, the younger generation, coming into this hobby now that will grow up with this technology, and it'll just be normal for them.
Yeah, big time. I just can't see how it's not going to be a huge part of.
I think there's a massive positive to it. That if you, and I know we say like TTS necessarily isn't very interactive. Like, yeah, you're chatting to your opponent. I've never played TTS. I wouldn't know. The reason I got into this hobby was to go out and actually meet people face to face. But if you're doing something on one of those headsets and it makes you actually feel like you're standing in front of a table with a person opposite you, then that person, for whatever reason, if they are not able to leave the house, if they don't want to leave the house, if they live too far away, they can still have what feels like more of an actual connection than just chatting to someone on TTS. I don't know, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. I think Telly's coming with some good information that I didn't know, that AR glasses are compulsory in all Vanguard Tactics VR seminars.
Oh, God.
Terranord is basically a augmented reality plant. My 20-year-old and 40-year-old think VR is weird as well. I'm sure they do. It is weird. It is super odd.
I just think,
but it's going to be a part. I'm sorry, but it's definitely going to be a part of our future. There's just no way. There's no way that technology doesn't end up integrated in everything that we do. From watching, like, have you seen the tech of it watching films?
No.
Bonkers. There's like videos of Apple have got it, so they've got like some videos to demonstrate it, but it's literally like the person's in front of you. So you can, it's like beyond 3D. So you can imagine movies and films being like a way better with augmented reality.
So for me, I work in construction. Yeah, if I could have a pair of those and I could walk around site and then pull up drawings of what's going on and what you're building,
yeah, and all your Debbie McGee's,
and then just send them to my bricklayer who's building that wall, and he's got a pair on. You just send them over to him, and he can then see what you're talking about in that way, and you could sketch on it. Well, yeah, that would be amazing. And I think it can transfer into this hobby. But I think the problem you've got to get with, and I think this is like everything with this hobby, you've got 99% of people will use it correctly. It's that 1% that'll fuck it up. Oh, sorry.
Oh, for God's sake.
We're past the 5 minutes, it's fine. You've got that 1% who will mess it up for everyone else, if you know what I mean.
What, and integrate it, use it in a way that either they've turned you into Debbie McGee.
They've turned me into some waifu with a pillow or something. I don't know what those people do.
Or they're cheating on it.
Yeah. I just feel that like people will just take it. Like, it's great. There's definitely applications for it if you're using it
for the information thing. I think you would have to be ignorant to disagree with the augmented reality is definitely going to mean so you can put glasses on and see rules very quickly and very easily. Yeah. For sure. Literally could do that now. Not that crazy tech. I think that we're settled and agree on that position. Yeah. It's I guess the next bit is like, is the tech going to be that good that actually the playing experience is better in augmented reality than it is in reality, which is a concern. And then the other one is, could the augmented reality kind of create a situation by which your opponent could cheat. Why are your glasses off? Is it Tom? You're not like?
Oh, sorry, no. I just
No, leave them off if you want.
They made me feel a bit fruity this evening.
No, so well, don't put them on. You don't have to feel special.
What?
That's really nice.
What's going on?
Nothing.
Why are you laughing?
It's lovely, mate. It's nice. I like
You
it.
all right this evening?
Well, you've just got a little reversal on.
Yeah, no. Jaunty angle, ain't I? Bit dodgy, ain't I? A little bit.
Or he's a bit on the edge.
A bit dodgy, ain't I? Look how much head movement I've got, considering that I don't have a neck.
Wait, did you ever have a neck?
I don't think I ever had a neck. I don't think I was born with one.
Like
I don't have
you're like a
wrists
Lego.
either. I don't have wrists either, look. I just got arm, hand.
You're literally a human Lego.
Yeah.
You have no wrist and no...
no, something else then as well.
I'm glad you're saying this and I'm repeating it rather than just like saying that.
I look like a Lego man, Jesus.
Yeah. You said it.
I could have like proper Lego hair, though, couldn't I? I look like I've got my Lego hair upside down. Have you got that wig? Where's that wig?
It's down here. What, should we turn you into a Lego man?
See what it looks like if you put.
While I just dress Liam as a Lego man, I'd love to know from the chat. Are you worried about? We've got Terranod in here who absolutely hates augmented reality and everything.
I just like Stu's Terranod. Tell me where VR touched you. The Steve Davis look for those old enough. Yeah.
Right, put this on and see if you look like a Lego thing. I'll talk to the chat. Remember to turn your... Are you going to take your headphones off?
Yeah, I'm going to
Keep
take my
them.
headphones off.
You'll deafen me, so turn that down. And then it doesn't deafen me. What does the chat think? Are you lot... Do you think it's a good thing for the... Keep trying... No, the other way, Liam. That's backwards. Yeah.
Mate, I haven't had hair for years. I don't know.
Telly says VR Office will replace working. It could be... Do you know what? That is a look. Get your things... Get the glasses on and then...
I look like
You actually look like a Lego thing.
I look like I'm trying to sell like tickets to a really shady club in Spain.
Put your headphones on, otherwise I'm not going to turn your microphone back on. There we go. Everything is awesome.
Oh man, I'm so not used to having hair. I feel like
What does it feel like now?
It feels like I want to go out and do some shady stuff for some reason, and I don't know why this hairstyle makes me want to do that.
The Debbie McGee thing really sent you off down an interesting path today. I think we mentioned Debbie early on and you got fired up. Look to the side so we can see the side look. That is interesting from the side. Seeing it on the back of your neck.
Mate, I don't... Yeah, it's a bit bunched at the back.
It is a bit bunched. Sort that out. Comments in the chat. Terranod. He's back again. Don't get me wrong, VR is going to replace the television, but no normal person is going to be walking around the street with it on. There are literally people walking around with it on now.
I think that was a bit of a publicity stunt, and I think.
Oh come on! Everyone's
do you
going to
not
have
remember
it. Why is everyone so
electric
scared?
cars was this, though, wasn't it? Do you not remember electric cars? Oh,
Mate, there's governments enforcing that you have to have electric cars. Like they are going to be everywhere. Oh, are we making the same point?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what
they're
I'm
going to be everywhere. Yeah.
I think this is, and like, do you not reckon that, like, say, okay, what?
Steven says he looks like he's going to ask to see the manager, or like a Karen.
Yeah. It's a Kevin, isn't it?
Kevin.
It's Kevin, isn't it?
He's just Ken. Liam is Knuff. Ken.
Knuff. What's Ken's slightly overweight, really annoying older brother called?
Oh, funny. I think that's a strong look, actually, mate. I think you've really...
This could actually go on one of my profiles, couldn't it?
Yeah, it's a grinder one.
Mate,
are you going to snap?
Me on Grinder would be an absolute... So I watched something the other night about some fella on Grinder.
Look at him getting pictures in now of himself.
Mate, what a photo, though.
Don't mind it. That's powerful. Show that to the camera. Look at that.
I don't know if they can see it properly.
Yeah,
I'll put it in one of the Discords.
That is powerful. Oh, nice to have you on there. Yeah, you should have a look. You should visit.
Maybe this could be my Discord alter ego. Maybe this could just be,
Big Kenny.
Big Ken.
We need to think of a... Telly's good at names. What can his name be?
Big Ken from up north. Stoke. Used to work down mines.
Ken Stoke?
No, I'm from Stoke. I used to work
That's in the Midlands, you turnip.
Oh, mate, it's north of fucking Gatwick.
Whoa, don't swear again. That's mate. 2 Fs you've dropped.
Mate, you've dropped 3, though. So
I've not dropped any Fs. I've backed out of them.
No,
you've gone in.
Mate, watch it back. You've definitely dropped more.
Don't read Tom's comment out. Don't read it out. Read it out. Read it in. Read it. Read it in your head.
Mate, I've had worse.
Don't read it out in person.
It's definitely...
Is it going to destroy? Is it going to destroy our hobby?
You know, just tonight. I don't think it's going to destroy the hobby.
Do you think it's going to improve it? I think it's going to improve it. I think it'll make the rules. I think it'll be easy to see the rules.
I think it'll be good if whoever if you're playing someone and they're almost linked, so you can both see what the other person's seeing. So say we're playing and I'm playing Custodies against Knights, and you go, "Oh, what are you shooting me with?" And I go, "Oh, my Guardians." And you go, "Oh," and you can like look up and I can share their data card with you, so you can go, "Oh yeah, I understand that they're 24-inch range, assault weapons, you know, strength 4, -1, 2 damage each profile." Like, and that's good.
Yeah,
and
that'd be great. That'd be great.
And you know, keep track of your CP and stuff like that.
Brilliant. That'd be great. That'd be great. Visualization of CP, of the score of units. What if on voice command an AI could hear what you're saying and visualize it on the table? That is a real nice flick that you're doing there.
I've lost headphones.
Don't worry about the 50 quid headphones just lost off your head.
Wait, I'm stuck. I didn't realise, mate. Normally they'd stick to my head.
Get them back on your head so it don't feedback and deafen me.
There you go. I'm not going to flick my hair again.
What if I could be like, right, the Castellan's going to shoot at those unit of Wardens, and then, you know, you roll the dice, and then visually, like, you see on augmented reality the Castellan going... Is that a bit rubbish?
I think that'd probably be a bit...
Is that a bit over top? People would be like, oh, that's too much.
Mate, is that as bad as people screaming war in the middle of a room and stuff like that, isn't it? And turning up in, like, military outfits and stuff.
Yeah, that's bad, actually.
Yeah, think about it that way.
Yeah, it's bad.
I think the other one that would be quite good is if you, for instance, were, again, playing... I'm just using them as an example because I'm playing them at the moment and I know the rules. So say I was playing Custodies and you could look at my army and you could go, right, that unit there, and you could look at them and it would go, that's a unit of Wardens. Once per game, they can activate a 4-up, feel no pain for a phase. And you're reminding yourself of my rules, if you're not.
Yeah.
So there's less got-yas. So there's less like, because I can go to you this, and this, and you'll go, yeah, cool. You saw the fellow in the Discord that I played at Beachhead, the guy that played Necrons, and he was like, yeah, that was a hard experience for me. And I was like, and I did say to Seb before we played, I said, like, do you want me to go through it? And he was like, nah, it's cool, we'll learn the hard way. And I said, well, I'm just going to tell you these got yous. And then we got to the end of the game and he was like, yeah, I felt like I got. And I said, yeah, I know, you know, we can. I said, like, I told you what I was doing. He's like, yeah, no, that wasn't the problem. Yeah, I was Scandinavian slick.
Telly says he looks like Bill Oddie has had a glow up.
Mate, it must be some glow up. Jesus. Oh, can I also just mention one other thing while Telly's in the chat?
Yeah.
I got some very strange looks from people with the Cosby dice at the beachhead. I rolled them and someone was like, is that you on the dice? I was like, no.
No, funnily enough.
They were like, oh, who is it? And I was like, just have a look. They were like,
what is that?
Is that Bill Cosby? I was like, yeah. They were like, why have you got Bill Cosby on your dice? I was like, it's a long story, but tune into the epic flail and watch us and we'll explain it. And they were like, probably like, not my speed.
Yeah, you're all right. They're maybe not my people.
If you've turned up with nuts and Bill Cosby on your dice.
The other one's a nutsack. You call the Emperor's nutsack and you're rolling Bill Cosby dice up. Telly says Bill Oddie, dead or alive?
Oh, definitely alive.
I think he's alive. I think he does nature.
Mate, you can't kill Bill Oddie. He's like Attenborough, isn't he? Is Attenborough still alive?
Oh, I shouldn't talk about Attenborough. I've got some theories about him. Sam says it will all come out. Sam says playing, yes, bad for the hobby as virtual models will become whoever imports the best looking ones standard. Yeah, that is something we talked about earlier, that you could end up importing the models with like, oh, dead? No, I'm sure he's alive. You could end up importing the models and using the gloves, the boob gloves, as Telly called them, to, you know, move the models around. I
don't know what you mean by that.
Well, you wouldn't need the models. You don't need the models because, like,
but you don't need the models on TTS.
Yeah, but TTS is still sat in front of it. If you could put the goggles on and feel like you're at a table.
Yeah, but why would you then? But surely the idea of doing that would just be to develop TTS into something that is a bit more virtual reality. I understand what you're saying about having your own models on the table, which is cool, but I think the idea of this is the same as the idea of TTS, isn't it? It's to get reps in, but to get reps in with some feeling like you're actually... Because I guess I've never played TTS, so I guess sitting there on a computer, going, oh, I'm going to move that there, I'm going to move that there, I'm going to move that there, is very different to being in a room with someone going, well, wait a minute, actually, oh no, wait, I don't think you've got line, like, and that interaction. Whereas if you do it on a VR, at least you've got a little bit more of that, not human connection, because obviously they're not there, but that actual personal, someone else actually interacting with me at this point.
Tom and Brandon said TTS has already got VR. So is it going to get to the point? Oh, so it's an absolute shower. Could TTS get to a point where that is just better than it's like? Because if you think about why people don't go in offices anymore,
because they're lazy.
They're lazy, and you can just work from home. Like the tech is there to just make working from home way more convenient. If you think about the club at King and Queen, could it ever reach a point where people are like, well, it's easy for us to all just jump on. It's easy for us to all just jump on. I can't even look at you as I say it. Is it going to be easy to just jump off like someone and stop stroking your hair? It's the way it's just sat across one eye. I was going to sing some really emo song there. That prize for this week. So the prize this week is for the best art of the show, fan art on the Discord in the meme chat, and you either win a X-Action Squad or a night out with Liam. But the night out with Liam, he has to wear that.
Oh mate, imagine me on a night out with this. I'd be devastating.
No, you'd be literally moonwalking into bars, sliding in.
Mate, I would absolutely, mate, bring a mop and bucket with you. Mate.
Oh, this the algorithm is going to...
What, I said bring a mop and bucket with you?
We all know what you mean. Tom says, not our age group, but I can imagine kids loving it. They already can socialise with one another. Just seen all the nightclubs going, reckon it's having an effect. Brandon, Liam looks like one of the 50-year-olds dads that's still in a rock band with his divorced mates.
So close to home as well, that is. Brandon. Just because Brandon's jeans are too tight, it's not my fault.
Uh-oh, shots fired straight back at him. Sally says, most people play the game to get out and put their minis on the table with mates. Maybe if we're living in pods in VR would work. Yeah, I guess that's the saving grace. Mate, it's the models and getting on a table.
I want to go out and... This is again going to sound weird. I like to physically have the model, if you know what I mean. I don't want to go on TTS and have every army and because all I'd end up doing is playing a different one every night and not actually committing to something. Yeah. But I like the fact that, and it gives you I know it sounds really sad, but it gives you a purpose. You've committed, you've entered into, and this is a classic, you've entered into a social contract with someone, haven't you? You've agreed to go and play them. You've agreed to go and meet up with them. Even if you're not feeling 100%, you go... Screw it, I'm going to put my models in my box, I'm going to get down there, I'm going to go and see all the boys, I'm going to say hello to everyone, I'm going to roll some dice. And I feel that, like, just sitting on a VR, like, just slouched on your sofa, being like, oh, right, I'm going to move that. I just feel it will take some of the enjoyment out of the game.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I don't play the game because, I want to be super competitive at Warhammer, and I want to go... I play this game to meet people and make friends and have that interaction.
Show your Cosby dice.
Show my Cosby dice.
Spread the message.
Yeah, And then absolutely smash people. Well,
and then smash people and convert them into subscribers to the show.
Yeah.
One tournament at a time.
One tournament, one very rocky tournament at a time.
I guess that's a good place for us to settle our view on it, is that it will have an effect on Warhammer, but probably in a way that doesn't change the playing aspect, because that is why people play it, is to kind of like get away from things that aren't real and sit across from someone and do something that does feel real, and it's not just sat in front of a computer.
But do you not... And I think this is the thing as well. I think we'd end up almost... And I know we all meet people and we've got teams and, we've got all this stuff going on. We've got like a... I think the thing is, there's positives and negatives. Brighton has such a great community down here. There's so many people that want to meet up and want to play Warhammer. And we've got a great venue to do that as well. So I can see it being a benefit for people that live... maybe in a town that doesn't have a community, maybe it's like a 50-minute journey to get to their club. Yeah. I can see a benefit there. But what I can also see is it making people that already struggle maybe to get out of the house and interact more of a reason not to do that.
It could just lock people in even more.
It could just isolate people even more. And because you don't have to be yourself. This is the thing, isn't it? You don't... So say you're playing it on VR. You don't have to... I don't have to be me, do I? I could turn up as Sydney Sweeney or whatever she's called.
Well, you could turn up however you want, and they could turn you into whatever they want. That's the weird bit that we sort of explored earlier.
Yeah, and that's
you could
what
change
I
someone's
don't like
face
about it. I feel it's like you'd almost be isolating people that are already isolated even more by pushing it down that route. I think for doing rules, interactions, keeping your missions, keeping your score, keeping the command points, all of that, amazing. But actually going into like full VR games,
could go too deep.
It could go really weird.
It could lock people in and stop them going out to a club and enjoying the game as we enjoy it face to face. And instead think, I'll just play it online. It's easier. It's less stressful. And
there's two reasons I haven't downloaded TTS. One is that exact reason, because I want to actually physically go out and have an interaction and a game with someone. And two, because I'm really bad on laptops and I'd probably throw it out the window.
You'd start chewing it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I don't know what I'd do. One finger typing something.
The God Emperor Mankind's in the chat. Welcome.
Is he?
There is a game on Quest where you can also paint models and then play Dungeon Crawler with them, but it's not nearly as fun as real life.
And I think that's the point, isn't it? There is, you know, it's like D&D. D&D is probably a great. You can probably join Teams calls with people playing D&D. Is it as good?
Oh, you can. There's a full thing for it.
But is it as good as going around one of your mates' houses, getting a load of snacks on a table, and sitting there with a proper DM and making an 8-hour DM session?
But that's the challenge. I think that's the challenge that we have in the hobbies which are face to face. Like I think I can't look at you with this thing. That is the challenge. Is that in a world which people becoming busier or more stressed or whatever. I'm not saying that's the case, but people finding it harder to manage their time. If you could make it more convenient to just chuck a headset on and play a game, then that might be the thing that moves people away from the hobby rather than towards it. Which I'm not necessarily is a good thing, but it could be that people, think, like the point you were just making, it's easy to just put the VR headset on and have a game. Maybe that kind of moves people in that direction.
I just feel that like we're already, and I know this is like we're already in a society where social skills are going downhill. Like to then, and I know it's going to happen anyway, like we said, but to remove that interaction and that whole, going out, meeting people, actually talking to people face to face and understanding, social cues and interactions and stuff like that. Like that's what's so good about this hobby is just going out and meet. Like look at all the characters down the King and Queen, mate. There's so many good people down there, and there's so many nice people that you'd like. Even after a game, you go and have a beer with someone, or you go and do a tournament, and loads of you go to the tournament and you all hang out when you're there and stuff like that. Yeah. Like we went out like 12 of us to Nando's in Bournemouth, mate, and all just sat around in Nando's talking about 40k. Imagine people sitting near us lot. Like what is going on over there? Who are these lads and what are they doing? That
would be the massive shame if technology got to a point where like those interactions aren't real, but then maybe we've got bigger things to worry about if that becomes the case.
What, like ants?
Like ants, yeah. Just massive mutant ants.
Massive mutant ants are going to take over the world. You've heard it here first. Valrak. Yeah. Valrak actually gave me the inside scoop, mate. He told me he didn't tell me how to paint yellow, and he did tell me that ants are coming to invade. He's got an inside scoop, mate.
He's got an inside man, an inside ant.
He's got an inside ant.
Simon says, in a world where excellent online games exist, people still play Warhammer in person because it's a community thing. That's true.
Yeah.
And then Brandon, there's a massive online D&D platform, but it's nowhere near as good as tabletop. And then he says an F word. Brandon, online D&D, you jump in Discord and then every person talks over each other and you never get anywhere. How can you go to the Russian house on TTS? The Russian house. Never mind. Telly says in VR, people would team top fit. In VR, would people's team tops fit? Maybe.
No, you just make, because you do yourself as like, whatever his name is, like some like Henry Cavill. Everyone would be Henry Cavill, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Everyone would be Henry Cavill in their team T-shirt.
Yeah.
Or some
and in the early
giant
days,
from Gladiators, wouldn't they?
In the early days, until the tech got good enough, maybe their like bits of their body would flicker through, and you'd see it, you'd be like, "Oh,
nipple comes through."
Like a bit of their arm would appear. Oh, Jesus!
Do you know that thing where it's like randomly like starts glitching in the corner and stuff
like like the face, like
just melts. Half it just melts.
You're like, oh, sorry.
My bandwidth.
Yeah. I've got some lag, like faces.
Did he finally kill Deck then? What? I missed something?
MCD.
Have I missed?
XCOM.
Did he kill Deck then?
I don't know. Normally you're good at knowing the chat.
Yeah, I feel like I've missed something here.
Should we go through the old meta Montag?
Let's have a look at the meta. Oh, mate, look, there's one that's already appeared.
Whoa, crikey.
How's
That
Luke
is
done that so quickly?
powerful. Look at that. Let me move the chat. That was smooth. That is powerful.
How's he already done that so quickly?
I think actually that's a pre-prepared one that he'd done a while ago, but it just so happened to know that you would have like a change to the top of your head. That is beautiful right there.
Needs
Right.
a perm.
Where is...
Rob needs a perm.
It's beautiful. Right, Meta Monday. Here we go. Let's get up the info. Support Meta Monday on Patreon. So this doesn't include Beachhead. Beachhead was
a week before.
the week before. We got CSM, who people expected to disappear off the face of the planet. New Tinder pictures, Brandon says for you.
Pardon?
Brandon says new Tinder picture, Liam.
Not on Tinder. Tinder's an absolute cesspit.
Do not go to the cesspit.
Do not go to Tinder.
CSM coming in strong. Done a Karen one for you as well, Liam. Chuck it in the Discord. I'll bring it up.
Custodes. Go back up a minute. So look, this is where we're starting to get to now. So you've got 11 places. 3 are Custodes.
2 are still Marine. 3 are Marines, I guess.
3 are Marines, an Orcs, a Tau, a Death Guard in there, a Necrons. See, the Necrons I would have expected to be, from looking through this, I expected Necrons to be more of a problem, but maybe they're not. And I think the problem is with that Necron list that people have been playing, which is not the Canoptic Court one, I don't think. I think it's the other one, the Nexus one, with the teleporting monolith. Yeah. I think it's a good list. It's like the Vanguard list. If you know how to play it, it's very strong. If you don't know how to play it and you cock it up, you'll get yourself in a right old muddle.
A little tickle.
Yeah. But then look, Sister's doing well. Eldar's still up there. Knights are 5-1 with the Knights. How's he done that, Paul? Talk us through how he's done that with Knights.
He's just got an extra armature with the points.
What's he done? Just another 500 points, just another big
got
model.
A load of extra points on the table. The
Custodes.
custard men are out in force, aren't they?
I think
including you sporting them.
Yeah.
Everyone's 2 of your boys have flipped to the custard men. Matt, you and Matt.
Me and Matt. Matt was already playing Custodes, to be fair.
Sure he was.
But no, I think the thing was with Custodes is some of their natural predators disappeared, and they got a good rule back again.
A solid rule back, yeah.
And they got,
a points drop.
I essentially got an extra unit of Custodian Guard.
Yeah, which is wild.
Because every unit I was running went down by 50 points. So you just moved a couple of bits around and you ended up with 4 more Custodian Guard in your army. Yeah. Which took you from 4 units to 5 units, which just makes
and those units
big
just don't
difference.
die. Yeah, it's not like a little chumpy unit. It's like some of the best core units in the game.
Yeah, there were a lot of points still. I mean, there's still, 190 points, I want to say off the top of my head for 4?
Yeah, but the fact that you've got another unit of them shows how strong they
Let me
are.
just double check, because I don't want to be called out for being...
then you've got Vanguard at
180 points. I wasn't far off.
In Mexico...
the one I haven't seen a lot of is Votan. Votan seem to be doing very well, and they kind of dropped off a little bit. I don't think
Votan got a little tickle, didn't they?
Yeah, so this is this Hypercrypt one, sorry, is the one that's
a cheeky one.
That's
a
teleporting one. Another Custodes win there. I feel like I'm...
Custodes.
Yeah, Dark Angels, Vanguard, though. Sisters.
I think Sisters actually come out on top this week.
There's a Necrons one, and another Custodes win.
Man, I'm getting sick of seeing Custodes.
Death Guard.
Hooray!
There's a couple of Drakari wins in there.
Holy smokes, Tom Hampshire. Hello, Tom. Good to see you, my friend. Skipping past the Drakari GT win. Dark Eldar meta back.
It's really not, I don't think. I just don't think people quite know what to do with it yet.
You reckon it's just people getting caught off guard?
Yeah.
Tom, let us know what you think, mate. You're rocking Dark Eldar in the league. Look forward to that game.
I think they're good. They've at least got a detachment rule that works now. And they can put out a lot of damage, but there's clear ways to stop them, i.e. kill all their transports and then their army rule doesn't do anything.
I don't know why I just touched your phone, sorry.
Sure, so you go.
I don't know why. My brain just touched your phone. It was weird. I don't know why. I just like touched your phone.
You just wanted to live vicariously through me for that 1 second, didn't you?
I just don't know why. I just
How did it
thought,
feel?
oh, look. I think I thought it was like a tissue or something.
Why would we just have a random tissue on the table?
Well, I just wanted to get a tissue.
Why? Are you all right over there?
Well, I'm ill.
I'm ill.
But the show must go on. The Sisters are the best faction in the game. 3 weeks into data slate, they won 3 events this weekend. Second largest. 16 players had 64% win rate. Sisters are broken. Sisters are the new bogeyman. They've been super strong for a while now.
Everyone's been sleeping on Sisters, mate. Sisters have always been reasonably good. And the whole thing was when it first... The problem was when it first started, there was GSC and Eldar were just broken. Then it was Eldar and CSM.
Yeah, then
and now
Vanguard came in.
now they've kind of balanced it back down again. And the thing is with Sisters, if you speak to like Adam or Rob, it takes a while to get to know how to play them properly.
Yeah, they're not uneasy.
They've got so many units, they've got so many little interactions that it takes you probably 2 months to actually... It's not like Custodies where you can just go, I've got thick boys, I'm just going to stand on the objectives and hope to roll decent dice.
There, in a Sisters list, there are so many moving parts out there.
So many moving parts. There's so many units that are very similar but all do different things. And it's finding out which ones work with which character for what interaction, where to spend your miracle dice, how to use your immolators to split certain units. And, you know, we were talking... This was one of my favourite quotes from Bournemouth at the weekend because one of the boys got matched into Sisters and he was like, oh, Adam, can you tell me what this list does? And Adam just looked at him and went, yeah, mate, you're going to be playing 5 rounds of solid Warhammer against that. We were like, what are you talking about? He was like, yeah, it's just 5 rounds of Warhammer coming your way. And we were like, oh.
It's just pure Warhammer.
Yeah, it's like
no tactical advice or insights.
Yeah.
You just got some Warhammer.
You're just going to have to Warhammer. And it's like, it's that thing, isn't it? It's like you're never going to like fully clear a Sisters army, really, because there's just so much of it. And they're always going to be playing parts of the board and, you know, they're just an awkward army to deal with.
They screen really well.
They've just got good units for everything as well.
Yeah.
Those Castigators, man, I hate them. So good.
Space Marines were the second worst faction. 61 players tied with them for the Custards as the most popular. 40% win rate with only 6 players going XO and X1. They did win the event this weekend. There's always the thing with Space Marines of like them just being crazy popular and a lot of people playing them.
And I think this is the thing with Custodies as well, isn't it? Like one of my reasons for taking Custodies to Bournemouth was I still had like 40 models, but they all fitted in one box. It was easy.
It was also the rules.
The rules are easy.
It was just a transport issue. It was just a transport issue. The only reason I played Custodies was a very simple transport issue. Nothing to do with the fact that they're now amazingly good.
Yeah, but I got the army before the data slate. That's the thing, is I actually traded into a Custodies army before the data slate happened.
You knew.
Just happened.
Listen, it's like stocks. I said before, why do you think...
Valak messaged me and told me what the data slate was going to be.
Valcrack.
There's a reason. Valcrack the insider.
I said on a few Meta Mondays ago, if you were trading stocks, you'd be, you know what I mean, like the stock version of Warhammer 40,000, you would be buying Custodies big time.
Do you know the other one you should have bought into? That it didn't seem to do that well this week.
Go on.
Guard.
Well, Guard did awful. Grey Knights, I think, are a tickler. I'd be putting my money on Grey Knights right now. On the G-Boys.
No, I'm not fair. Guard will be the one, mate.
Liam John says insider trading. Welcome, Liam.
Guard. I think Guard will be the next one when people get the Guard list down.
They only have 40% win rate.
Yeah, but I think this is the problem. I think the problem is with a lot of these armies, you can again correct me if I'm wrong, trying to get the hair out my eyes.
It's beautiful.
That people watch way too many YouTube videos. The only YouTube videos people should be watching is ours.
You heard him.
You heard me. Don't make me come around there. But people watch these videos and all they see is like, God, I'm now an S-tier army, they're broken. And everyone goes, oh, Guard are broken. Oh, I better jump on Guard. And then they turn up with this Guard list and they're like, so what does it actually do? And you're like, oh, I don't know.
Munched.
Yeah, like, because the data slate, came out a week before, but the Guard won Beachhead.
Yeah, true.
Like, so if you're a good Guard player, I think Stu went 4-1 with them at Beachhead. Like, they're a good, really solid army. I think the problem is that it's the same with Necrons at the moment. Necron stats are probably skewed because you've got a lot of people playing them because they think that they'll just do what they did with Eldar back in the day
and just auto
win.
Well, they got 70 players, 52% win rate, 3 tournament wins. Telly says Guard is a big investment in time. That's true.
Yeah, big. I like Guard though. Guard is a cool army.
Yeah, Guard's great. From zero to hero, Grey Knights bounced to the top of the 4th most winningest faction of the weekend. 27 players, 55% win rate. We had... Who was it in Discord?
I've got Grey Knights in my pod, to be fair.
Who was it in Discord? There was someone in Discord. I'm super sorry for forgetting who it was. It was talking about their experience of playing... it was Kalis. He took his 6 Nemesis Dread Knights, played Vanguard and Imperial Knights, won both. Psycannon actually does something now. +1 weapon skill is definitely noticeable. And then he had to drop out, bless him. But good to see. I like Grey Knights. I think they're a good faction.
I just don't. I find that. Oh God, look at my hair. I find
beautiful,
that
mate.
Grey Knights is almost one of those armies that's a little bit like Eldar and a little bit like Sisters in the fact that they do stuff that's very uninteractive.
Yeah, it's a pick up and pop over.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm going to shoot them. All right, then I'll just pick them up then.
Yeah.
Oh, at the end of my turn, I pick 2 more up. And you're like, okay, well,
where's your army gone?
Where's your army gone? And then and I understand that that's their army rule, but it just...
What do you like? You don't like that interaction? You think it's negative for the game?
Well, no, I think it's fine for the game. I just personally don't like it because I like to see what I'm trying to achieve.
Yeah.
And
I like Brandon said, the high skill army. I quite like the idea of them being quite a complex finesse army.
What, Grey Knights? Yeah,
I can see once you got good with them, that'd be quite a satisfying army to play. I think that's definitely Sisters as well, isn't it? Once you're good with them and you know what you're doing, you'd be like, yeah, look at me go. I am well good at Warhammer, aren't I? Whereas like Custodies, it's just like, hey, watch me roll 4 ups. Custodies like, yeah, I'll advance all my stuff and stand there. I didn't die. I'll charge you.
Yeah, essentially what I did in every single game.
Yeah, and it worked pretty well, mate. You did ace. Imperial Knights had a nice weekend from one of the worst armies in the game to a 48% win rate this weekend. One of their 17 players going X1. There you go. We're back.
I mean,
We're back in a sub 50% win rate.
I just feel that like the problem is with Knights have got a boost because stuff like Eldar and CSM have disappeared without going.
Rinsing them.
Boom, there you go, dead.
Yeah,
boom,
true.
there you go, dead. X amount of dev wounds, dead.
True.
And World Eaters have probably dropped off slightly as well, which was the other big, because with Knights you can't. You're screening, but you're still losing 150 points with every screen, aren't you? So if I charge you with 3 units to start with, you've lost 450 points. Yeah. Because I will kill every single one of those units with World Eaters. Well, I should do. I mean, bad dice are bad dice, but
Yeah, good. I feel like the meta's in a good place there, my friend. I think Tom was great. Sorry, you were good last week, not Tom, obviously. Sorry for getting that mixed up, but I think that chat we had last episode about like maybe 40k's hit like quite a nice balanced spot. The bit that Tom, I thought, painted a really interesting picture of last week was and you've kind of touched on it there, is the percentages are influenced by people's perceptions as much as the strength of the list, if that makes sense. So like 100%. Custodies, people's perceptions are they've just got a massive buff, they're going to be amazing. And they are really, really good. But the influx of extra players and the kind of lack of awareness as to what's changed then influences the meta.
Yeah,
you see what I mean?
100%. And this is what... So you probably had a massive influx on Custodies, Guard...
Necrons a bit. Necrons are pumped.
So, but which of those is the easiest army to play?
The Custard.
So that's why they're doing better at this moment in time.
Agreed.
Because the other two, yes, they're as good, if not better, but they're harder to play.
Yeah, and all those people that have jumped, it's going to take a couple of tournaments for them to be like, oh, right, okay, I'm into it, I get it. Whereas the sisters have stayed good, and they've just kept rocking, and then the meta's changed, and they're just like, they're still trekking along.
Sisters are a nightmare to play against.
Yeah,
I played Adam.
Rob smashed me when I played Rob. Yeah,
I played Adam the other week at the club before we went to Bournemouth, and I won. But it's just mine, and it just annoys me that when they go, you're like, oh, you got X amount of saves, and they go miracle dice, or like the way and Adam does it properly, where it's like you've got 6 saves. He goes, all right, then I'll roll 5 see how I do, and then I'll put a miracle dice in to pass another one, and you're like, oh my God, this is so annoying. Like, why are you doing this to me?
Pretty annoyed. Brandon's just made a good point. We've only got 3 likes so far, guys. Can we all give the stream a like, please, me boy? Or we're up to 5 now. Where's it at the end? Everyone, please like the stream if you enjoyed it. We appreciate all you guys that tune in.
My head is honestly so itchy. You've got no idea.
I wore it last week for about 3 minutes.
Do you have crabs?
And I was just like, oh man, that's coming off my head. Do I have crabs?
Yeah.
No.
Are they in my head?
Wait, what? So the crabs live in your head?
Well, I've got a crab ladder.
A crab ladder?
Have you not got a crab ladder?
Where's your crab ladder?
Well, look, I'm connected from like here all the way down. If I let this grow to all the way down there, crab ladder, isn't it? Do you not have a crab ladder?
I don't think I've got a crab ladder.
Well, have you not hit puberty
I've got a
yet?
neck though.
Have you not hit puberty yet?
I just shave, you know what I mean? I just take the ladder down. Brandon says, if we get 10 likes, Liam said he'd do the truffle shuffle.
No, that's definitely, no
Boom,
one
we
needs
just
that
hit
in
10.
their life.
So he says, look for guard Scion lists, getting good.
Yeah, I think the Scion, I listened to one today and the guy was still banging on about Manticores and the indirect, which is pretty strong still, and then he had Kassakin.
Because they got a point increase in everything.
Yeah, he said they got a point increase, but they're still
tickling.
Well, but then the thing is that their profile is perfect for going into Custodes. So I think they're strength 10 -2 3 damage each, and I don't know how many shots they get.
Super solid.
That's just solid into all the elite infantry. So your armies that are now coming up, your Custodes and these sort of people, was deleting that, isn't it? 8 bound.
Yeah, I imagine that's good into a lot of the Necron stuff as well.
I think the problem, the Necron list I faced was the Wraith list, and to be fair, that 4 up invulnerable, 4 up feel no, or 4 up invulnerable, 5 up feel no pain, whichever way around it is. It's just, and 4 wounds each is just a nightmare to chew through, man. But yeah, it was just. But they're such big blobs, and you know where they're going to be. It's not a game of cat and mouse of chasing it around. You know that that's coming to an objective, and you can charge it and kill it.
What are the completely broken things that I played the other day that Necrons have? What's the name of them? I've forgotten the name.
Which ones? The Catans?
Yeah, they're absolutely, they're awful. They are just like, how on earth?
So the only good thing, and this is why Custodes are also doing well, is because Traj, I call him, I can't say his name properly, who's the character.
Big T.
Yeah,
Trajan.
Big T, the main character. I need to show you my kit bash version I made from him the other day.
Oh, yeah?
It's sick. He ignores all modifiers. He gives his unit ignore all modifiers. So them half damage and all of that just ignores it.
That is superb.
So I charged a Deathbringer with that Seb guy that was in the chat, and I was like, yeah, he's like -1 damage. I was like, no, mate. Yeah, I ignore that. And he's like, yeah, but he said, but -1 damage. I was like, yeah, but I ignore that.
Not today.
Not today,
Not today, my
son.
friend.
12 attacks with Traj.
Not today. Liam, appreciate you. Good chat.
Can I take this wig off now? I'm really itchy.
Not till the stream's finished. Leave it on. Don't you give me feedback. Obey the rules.
Obey the rules. Listen to me and obey the rules now.
We appreciate everyone that's joined in on the show today. We're hitting our little 9 o'clock mark for an hour and a half. We're keeping it nice on schedule. We have a stream coming up on Thursday for the first time in 3 months. The streams are back on the channel. Much improved, better cameras, better setup. Everything has improved. Yep. So join us for Thursday. No After Dark. We're doing the After Darks every other week. But I did do a members only video before this, so check that out. All members, go check out the members only video. I'd really appreciate people's thoughts and comments on that one as well, because it's very much directed at the people that are supporting the channel, and I'd really value your feedback and input and just thoughts on what I said on that members only. So please go check that out. And if you're not a member of the channel, no pressure whatsoever, but maybe consider doing so. Check out those After Dark streams that we do. We'll have another one next week. We're also doing, for all members, the stream on Thursday. We're doing an extra half hour beforehand, chatting to all members and asking the players questions about the list and kind of chatting through it before the stream starts. So you get an extra half hour. And should time permit, we'll do an extra half hour at the end, kind of debriefing and chatting to players about the game. So there's more member stuff coming up on Thursday. Get yourselves on the Discord, get chatting about the game. Appreciate everyone that's joined in on the chat. I think that's us signing off and catching you on Thursday.
Much love. Bye.
Cheers, boys.